now it's my great pleasure to introduce the next speaker, Dr. Wenping Ma. He actually comes from Bert Davis's group, and I wanted to welcome Dr. Ma. Dr. Ma has received his PhD from the Institute of Cold Chemistry, Chinese Academy of Science in Taiwan, China, in 1998, and he has carried out research as a postdoc at Dalian University, also at Texas A&M, and West Virginia before he had joined Bert Davis's group. He has been involved in numerous projects dealing with kinetic modeling, defining the water effect, and the impact of promoters containing contaminants in the Fischer-Tropsch synthesis, and the title of his presentation is Effect of Potassium Loading on Fischer-Tropsch Synthesis over Iron-Based Catalysts. And I wanted to point out that's a slight change from the title that's in the program book. Please help me welcome Dr. Ma.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Wenping Ma, and thanks for the introduction. Today I'm very pleased and actually very honored to have this opportunity to give this talk here today. The title of my today's talk is going to be Effect of Potassium Loading on Fischer-Tropsch synthesized or iron-based catalyst. This is the outline of this talk. And first, I'm going to give a quick review of Fischer-Tropsch background, and including promotional effects on cobalt and alumina catalysts. And then we bring out some questions we will going to discuss in this talk. And then we will talk a little bit about the catalyst preparation, and then we'll mainly discuss the results we achieved, including the potassium loadings, effect of potassium loadings on the changing with the water-gas reaction, and on the changing with methane selectivity with CO conversion. And also, we will going to look at how the potassium amount to affect the hydrocarbon selectivity and conclusion of today's talk. As many of you know, Fischer-Tropsch synthesis is a hard knowledge to making liquid fuels from coal or natural gas and biomass. And these reactions has already been attracted thousands of people in this world to explore. The reason why the people to study Fischer-Tropsch synthesis could be the amount of coal or natural gas reserved in this world. And if you look at this chart here, and you will find out that coal, red, and natural gas propose reserved in this world will be 5 times of the oil. And in the case of USA and China, this number can be 60. So Fischer-Tropsch synthesis is apparently a viable route for the future energy. Today, iron and cobalt catalysts are only two commercialized Fischer-Tropsch catalysts. These two types of catalysts operated usually on the different process conditions. For example, the iron catalyst usually running at a little bit higher but a wider temperature range, for example, 222 up to 350. But for the cobalt catalyst running usually at a low temperature below 240 C. Also, if you look at the pictures here, hydrocarbon distribution on iron and cobalt catalyst, they show a little bit, they show some difference. Why we studied promoters on the Fischer-Tropsch synthesized catalyst is very simple, because the promoters can significantly impact catalyst activity, selectivity, and the catalyst life. And in some circumstances, it can also impact the catalyst cost. For example, on cobalt catalyst, for the iron catalyst, common promoters usually we think are copper, magnesium, molybdenum, and potassium. However, the rules on this promoter are still investigating. So this is the example of the effect of noble metal promoters on the cobalt catalyst activity and selectivity. And in this table, we can say 5 working catalysts, which is 20% 5 cobalt alumina, and unpromoted, and we also have palladium, platinum, and rhenium and ruthenium promoted catalysts. What's interesting here is to reach 50% cell conversion, the space velocity used for the unpromoted catalyst is only 4.3, but it's increased to 5 to 8 at the same time, which means noble metal promoters significantly improve the catalyst activities. So these results consisted with what we get by chemi-sorption study, which shows noble metals increased cobalt reduction, also increased the cobalt dispersion significantly. However, we must remember the price of cobalt is an issue. So CAER research is trying to looking for an economic substitute for platinum, and the same silver is a promising one. And this is PPR pattern for the platinum and cobalt, and the silver cobalt, which shows in the left and right. And what we can find is silver has the same rules as the platinum to reduce the reduction temperature of cobalt oxide almost by 100 C. And also, silver has the same rules to improve the catalyst activity as the platinum if we compare the activity with the unpromoted catalyst. However, the silver, the cost is reduced a lot, is about 1% of platinum. The common promoters for the iron catalyst has been, as we mentioned, the copper, magnesium, antimony, and the potassium. And these promoters play different roles to adjust the Fischer-Tropsch iron catalyst activity and selectivity. And but today we only talk about potassium, a little bit about the potassium effect because of time issue. And potassium is known to be the first important promoters for the iron catalyst, and it has been reported to increase or decrease the iron catalyst activity based on the potassium loadings, and increase olefin selectivity, increase oxygenate selectivity, and decrease the methane, decrease the secondary reactions. And that's the general conclusion. And the potassium also will report to suppress the iron reduction and increase the significantly iron carbonation speed. And if you look at this XF results, we can find out that the amount during the 10-hour carbonation study, the amount of iron carbide present on the potassium iron catalyst is much more than that present on the iron catalyst without potassium. Some people use the most powerful technique to get the same conclusion, and this is the most powerful results on the iron potassium catalyst, which is from literature. And one potassium increased 0 to 3%, and the amount of iron carbides increased from 1 to 20%. Apparently, potassium promoters significantly improve the iron carbonation speed. So apparently, these results explain well on the improved iron catalyst activity by potassium, but following results may be less understand based on the this characterization results. Now we have 1.3% potassium, 3% potassium based on 100 iron, 2 iron catalysts. We call the 1K and 3K catalyst. And this is the cell conversion as a contact time over 1K and 3K catalyst. And as we can find out that on the 1K catalyst, hydrogen conversion initially is blue line, is greater than cell conversion. But as conversion increase with contact time, the cell conversion exceeds than hydrogen conversion red and blue. And apparently, this suggests that water gas shift reaction increased significantly at high conversion levels. However, if we look at the results on the 3K catalyst, which is shown in the right, and the difference is quite clear. And even at a very low conversion level, and the cell conversion red line is greater than the hydrogen conversion, which means that water gas shift reactions already proceed very fast even at low conversion level. So the question we are going to discuss is why potassium changes the potassium water gas shift reaction greatly. And another interesting result is about methane selectivity trend. And this is the methane selectivity with cell conversion on 1K and 3K catalysts, which show in the left and right. And what's interesting here is on the 1K catalyst, methane selectivity changing between 7 and 5%. And however, it's trend, it shows a V-type curve, means methane selectivity first decrease with cell conversion and then reach minima at about 50% cell conversion and start to increase. But however, for the 3K catalyst, methane selectivity changing only about 2 to 3% and increased all the way during the entire cell conversion range, about 20 to 40%. So the more question is why the potassium significantly decreased the methane on iron potassium catalyst. So it is possible we can explain the quantitatively. And one more question is why the potassium loadings change the methane selectivity trend. So these three issues we will going to discuss today and use some connected data. So the catalyst, the iron catalyst we used prepared by precipitation method, and we did the ATTPR, ICP, and the XF stack capitalization, but we were not going to talk about the XF data at this moment. And the iron catalyst has been tested in a slurry reactor, and the left is the schematic of our reactor system, and the iron catalyst has been active in situ at 270 C CO environment. And the Fischer-Tropsch reaction on iron catalyst we carry out at 250 up to 270 C, and cell conversion varied between 20 to 90%. Now let's look at this table. This is one catalyst composition information, and what we can find out is if you look at the ICP results, and it's matched very well with the nominal catalyst composition, which is 100 iron, 5 silica, 3 potassium, and 2 coppers. And the BET results suggest that 3K catalyst only shows 107 square meter per gram catalyst. Now let's look at this Fischer-Tropsch results. This is the cell conversion as a function of time, or 1K is blue line, which tests at 270 C, and on 3K, which is red and green line, which tests at 270 and 260 C. And what happening here is cell conversion increased with time, and for both 1K and 3K catalysts at 270 C, they reach a steady state cell conversion about 75. However, the inducing period for changed very significantly with the potassium loadings. For the 1K catalyst, it took 110 hours to reach steady state, but for the 3K catalyst, At 270 only, it takes 40 hours to reach steady state. And the one temperature going down to 260, the reducing time will increase to 75. And as we know, the Fischer-Tropsch reaction initial data usually reflect the ion carbonation status in the reactors. So we conclude that increased potassium loading or increased temperature significantly increased ion carbonation rate. And these results apparently consisted with what we discussed using XF and Mossberg data just now. Now let's go back to this these two slides. The question again is why potassium significantly improved water gas shift reactions. So to understand this, we have to think a little bit about kinetics of water gas shift reactions. And this kinetic rate for the low temperature water gas shift on ion catalyst. And as we know, when cell conversion increase, amount of partial pressure cell decrease is much more than the amount of partial pressure water increase, because water gas shift reactions consume a part of water produced by Fischer-Tropsch. So the pressure term indicated by the red line is does not contributed the increased water gas shift reaction rate. So the only possibility to increase the water gas reaction rate is the water rate constant. So we calculated the water gas shift reaction rate constant and the Fischer-Tropsch reaction rate constant and plot its ratio with conversion and with temperature for both catalysts, and which shows the result shows the picture in left and right. And what we can find out that the ratio increased with cell conversion and increased with temperature, which suggested improved water gas shift reaction during the Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. The more interesting is if we compare the ratio for 3K and 1K catalyst, the red line is 3K and the blue line is 1K. The 3K, the ratio for the 3K is always greater than 1K. So this means more gives in more in the water gas shift reaction. This clearly explains why the 3K catalyst shows greater water gas shift reaction at even low conversion levels. So when we work on different ion catalyst system, which is ion system, in this picture we have K and 2K catalysts, and we can clearly see also increase significantly with the potassium loadings, which means the potassium has a ability to adjust the water shift reaction during the Fischer-Tropsch. So both are the same. So that's that picture, and the loading significantly decreased matching amount in catalyst change in the message. 1K is a V type, and for the 3K is increased with the. Initially, we quantitative partial pressure of partial pressure related partial pressure cell conversion and curve the method. So this means that partial pressure is low. However, selectivity can and and the P1 value, which is still dissociated, the rate constant increased a lot from 2.6 increased to 4.8. But for the P5 values, it's decreased from 0.6 to 0.13. So this apparently the reason why potassium significantly decreased the methane selectivity if we think about the alpha-1 model in light. So next, why the potassium loadings change the selectivity trend. Let's back to this alpha-1 equation again. We write it in a different form, and A, B, C, A is the water effect term, and B is the rate constant term, and C is the partial pressure of water, and partial pressure CO. As you look at the alpha equation, one for given catalyst, for example, 3K catalyst, A is almost forget, and B is constant. So alpha is only changing with C number, partial pressure hydrogen to CO. So we studied this number with CO conversion and got results like the picture in right. And the interesting things we found that for the 1K catalyst, the C number, partial pressure hydrogen to CO, is almost constant before 60% CO conversion, which means the hydrogen produced by water gas shift reactions completely used for the Fischer-Tropsch reactions. But for the 3K catalyst, this number partial pressure hydrogen to CO increase with the CO conversion, and this definitely reduced the alpha-1 number and increased methane selectivity. So we explained why the potassium changed the methane selectivity curve. So finally, we like to look at the hydrocarbon distribution with different potassium ion catalysts. And this is the overall hydrocarbon distribution over 1K blue line and a 3K catalyst. Apparently, the hydrocarbon distribution for 3K catalyst shows a high alpha value. And the two peaks here are the solvent, and we did not subtract it. And this is the paraffin selectivity with carbon number, olefin selectivity with carbon number with 1K blue line and 3K catalyst red line. And we can clearly see potassium increased olefin and decreased paraffin for all the carbon number. And also we find out that potassium increased one olefin significantly and decreased two olefin selectivity, and which is because which should suggest that potassium increase suppress the secondary reaction of olefins. So this is our conclusion. And the potassium increased water gas shift reaction rate constant relative to the Fischer-Tropsch reaction rate constant. And the effect of potassium on the changing of methane selectivity with zero conversion is reported. And for the low carbon catalyst, it shows a V-type curve, and for the high potassium loading line catalyst, it shows methane selectivity increase with zero conversion. And we quantitatively explained for why potassium decreased methane selectivity based on kinetic data, and the potassium significantly increased zero dissociation rate constant, and it significantly decreased the hydrogenation rate. This is the main primary reason why potassium ion catalyst display low methane selectivity. And we developed a new chain boost probability model, and based on this model, we explain why potassium loading changed the methane selectivity curve, which is because potassium increased adjust the water gas shift reaction significantly. For the 1K high pressure water, only slightly affect hydrocarbon formation below 6K conversion, but the 3K catalyst high pressure water effect can be forget. So finally, I'd like to thank the funding resource, NASA Research Foundation and the DOE, and I'd like to thank my colleagues in the current group, and I'd also like to thank for say the words congratulations for the world's great achievements in the catalysis science, and thanks for your listening.
George, we have time for maybe two very quick questions. Yes, Chen.
Okay, I have a question. When you talk about water gas shift reaction, and when hydrogen was produced, okay, for this hydrogen, there's two hydrogen atoms. These two atoms come from the same water or come from different water molecules?
You mean water produced by Fischer-Tropsch?
Yeah.
Definitely, I think it's from Fischer-Tropsch reactions.
Okay. My question is, one hydrogen has two hydrogen atoms. These two hydrogen atoms is from the same water or from two water molecules?
Oh, okay.
Actually,
I'm sorry.
Can I interrupt? We are running a little late. We have to have a break. Would Cheng and George just discuss this in detail? And we have to take a break real quickly. We're about 5 minutes behind. We'll be back here at 10:20, and we will be showing the videos as a substitute during the second presentation. So if you help me thank George, Mark one more time. Thank you very much. Would you please help me welcome Dr. Shetty?